Welcome to Fun with Annuities with your host, me, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. Can annuities be fun? Can contractual guarantees be fun? Absolutely they can. Find out the brutal facts about annuities with no sales pitches or high-pressure nonsense. Just the brutal and factual annuity truth, which is all you need to hear. Let's have some fun with annuities, and let's have that fun start right now. Hey, this is Stan the Annuity Man, and welcome to Fun with Annuities. Today's topic is a really good one. How do I choose the right annuity type? There's many types out there. You just can't say I hate all annuities. It's like saying I hate all restaurants, or I hate all socks, or I hate all shoes. There's different types. They have different limitations and benefit propositions. So you can't say I hate all. I guess if you want to say I hate all annuities, just say I hate all mutual funds, or I hate all stocks, because it makes as much sense. So, you might not even need an annuity. That's okay too. But let's go through some easy ways to find out if you do need an annuity type, if you do need to transfer some risk to solve for something specific. How do you go about doing that? I've come up with a very easy to remember acronym to even find out if you need an annuity. And the acronym is P.I.L.L, P-I-L-L. The P stands for principal protection. I stands for income for life. L stands for legacy. And the other L stands for long-term care, confinement care type benefits. So principal protection, income for life, legacy, and long-term care. Notice there's no G for growth, and there's no M for market. There's no S for stock market. There's no B for Bitcoin. Okay, it's P.I.L.L, principal protection, income for life, legacy, long-term care, confinement care. If you do not need to solve for one or more of those, of the P.I.L.L, you do not need an annuity of any type. It's that simple. P.I.L.L. Just remember that. Now, if you say, yeah, there's one of those that I kind of need, whether it's income for life, or I want to protect my principal, or I kind of need some confinement care or long-term care, or legacy, and legacy is leaving money to your beneficiaries. And even though annuities are issued by life insurance companies, you can structure some annuity types for legacy. Now, with that being said, the best legacy product on the planet is life insurance. I don't sell life insurance. I have tons of it on Stan the Annuity Man, because I'm Stan the Annuity Man and I want to take care of my family. And life insurance is the best return on investment you'll never see. Why? Because you're dead. But with that being said, there's a lot of people that can't qualify medically and can't pass the underwriting for life insurance. You're out there smoking 12 packs of cigarettes a day with no filter and drinking a bottle of Jack. And if you're doing that, that's okay. Go for it. But you're not going to be able to get life insurance. You can do legacy with annuities. The difference with life insurance, the benefit that lump sum your beneficiaries get is tax-free, probate-free. With annuities, they're going to have to pay taxes on that death benefit. But hey, you can't qualify for life insurance anyway, so it's not a bad plan B. So with that being said, you got P.I.L.L, principal protection, income for life, legacy, and long-term care, confinement care. And then it comes down to two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? So if you just remember those two things, P.I.L.L and the two questions, you're not going to fall for some sales pitch or bad chicken dinner seminar. If you go to the bad chicken dinner seminar, swallow the food, not the pitch. And a lot of these indexed annuity seminars, they're serving steak. I mean, they're taking you to some really nice steakhouse. Go get it medium rare and get the baked potato. It's fantastic. But just swallow the food, not the pitch. So the two questions again: what do I want the money to contractually do? When do I want those contractual guarantees to start? From there, we narrow it down even further. But let's go through the product choices. And let's just say with those two questions and P.I.L.L, you've narrowed it down. So let's go through P, the principal protection part. What annuities solve for principal protection? Hey, Stan, I don't want an income stream. I don't want to do what's called annuitize. Annuitization means create an income stream. I don't want to do that. I just want to protect the principal. I want to get some interest. I don't want the money to go down. I don't want the stock market to kill it. If the stock market goes to the floor, I don't want this money to be affected. So to protect that from any market downfall, there's two ways to do that. The first is with a MYGA, multi-year guarantee annuity. It's the annuity version of a CD. It's a fixed rate annuity. You give the annuity company a specific amount of money, and they provide an annual interest rate for a specific period of time, just like a CD. The difference between a MYGA, multi-year guarantee annuity, fixed rate annuity, and a CD is that in a non-IRA account, the multi-year guarantee annuity interest grows tax deferred, whereas with a CD, you'd have to pay taxes on the interest every year. That does not make it better. That's just the difference. So that's the first way to protect principal with an annuity. The other way is with a fixed indexed annuity. That's also a CD product. I know that's surprising to a lot of you out there because you're hearing market upside with no downside and all these great things. Sounds too good to be true because it is on indexed annuities. Indexed annuities is that it's a it's a life insurance product. You do not need a securities license to sell it. You need a life insurance license to sell it. And because of that, it's a fixed annuity. And it was designed and introduced in 1995 to compete with CD returns. And guess what it's done since then? It's competed with CD returns. And that's fine. But don't go into buying an indexed annuity thinking that, you're going to be Gordon Gekko with a parachute. You're not. Do some years with indexed annuities do better than others? Yes, because the return is based upon an index, typically the S&P 500, not including dividends, and it's a one-year call option, meaning from 1 year to the next year, the same day, point to point in most cases. There's machinations of these index options that we can get into later. But the bottom line is you're going to probably get a little bit more than CD returns over time. But if the markets go into the toilet, you don't lose a penny. So principal protection is MYGAs, multi-year guarantee annuity, and fixed indexed annuities. Both are going to provide CD type returns. The other way to protect principal would be with products like immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, and QLACs, where you structure them so that 100% of the money goes to either you, your spouse, or the beneficiaries of the policy, even though you're getting the lifetime income stream. So 100% of that principal is protected and will go either to you, whoever if you set it up joint with your spouse or partner, and if you die early and the spouse dies early, whatever's left in the account goes to the beneficiaries. You can structure it like that. So there's an argument for, immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, and QLACs being principal protected as well. So that covers the P on the P.I.L., principal protection, income for life, legacy, and long-term care, confinement care. So let's talk about the I part, income for life. Annuities were put on the planet primarily for income. They were introduced in the Roman times to pay a lifetime income stream to the Roman soldiers and their families. They were sold, really the only annuity sold up until the mid-1950s in this country. I guess, everything's gone downhill since then, kind of a joke. But actually, I love the simplicity of an immediate annuity. And that's the reason it still is the granddaddy of all annuities. So income for life, you can transfer the risk to have the annuity company pay you, or you and your spouse have set up joint, for the rest of your life or lives, regardless of how long you live. You can either get income now or income later. That's the quotes you could get on my site at theannuityman.com. Income now is an immediate annuity quote with income starting as soon as 30 days from the issue date of the policy up to as far out as 13 months. So that's with an immediate annuity. So an immediate annuity solves for income now. Income later is solved with products like deferred income annuities or fixed indexed annuities with a income rider. Income rider is an attached benefit to a policy that has a contractual guarantee for future income that you know exactly to the penny what it's going to be. All right. And those can be used in non-qualified, non-IRA accounts. A deferred income annuity can be used in an IRA account if you defer it up to 70 years old. Income riders actually can be deferred past 70 years old, and then with most of them. And then with a QLAC, a deferred income annuity is also, there's another version of that called a QLAC, Qualified Longevity Annuity Contract. Within an IRA, you can defer that qualified longevity annuity contract past age 70 and a half, as far out as age 85, but you can defer it as short as age 71, but you can go as far out as age 85. So that's income later. Okay, that's how that works. So income now or income later is the lifetime income part, or the income for life part of P.I.L. Annuities were really put on the planet for that. The benefit proposition that annuities offer that no other product offers on the planet is lifetime income. In other words, you can never outlive the income stream. For whatever reason, the annuity industry has not pounded that into the ground to where everyone that even thinks about annuities thinks, oh, yeah, that's the lifetime income stream product. That's how it should be marketed. But they don't do that for some reason. They allow these pundits to, you know, to frame it as I hate all annuities and blah, 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 all that nonsense. And you're smart enough to know better than that. So we've gone over the P, which is principal protection. We've gone over the I, which is income for life. Let's talk about L, which is legacy. Now, with that being said, and I said it earlier, the best legacy product on the planet is life insurance. I don't sell it, but it's the best, all right, because that lump sum goes tax-free and probate-free to your list of beneficiaries. But if you can't qualify for it, you can use annuities for legacy. Now, there are some income riders that you can also use as a death benefit. In other words, they're going to grow by a specific percentage, but you can only use that specific percentage of growth for a death benefit. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you can't qualify for life insurance, you can buy a death benefit rider attached to typically it's an index annuity. They're attached to variables as well, but an index annuity, and you can know to the penny what that death benefit is going to be if you die at a specific age. That's pretty good for people that can't qualify. You can also use other types of annuities for legacy. You can use, you could buy a MIGA, which is a CD type product. You could buy an index annuity, which is also a CD type product from a return standpoint, and just let them grow and let them compound and use that as a death benefit as well. Another way to do legacy, and I'm kind of a math guy out here, and I do everything I do is contractually guaranteed. No hypotheticals, theoreticals, back tested, no nonsense, no pie in the sky unicorns chasing the butterfly crap. It's all contractual. It's all, I guess, worst case scenario. If it's contractual, it's worst case scenario, right? So one of the things I do from a legacy standpoint is I talk to people about possibly leaving a legacy of income. And when I say that, I've done a couple of, more than a couple, but just a couple recently that I call the legacy income monster, where you are the grandfather that buys a joint life annuity, immediate annuity with your grandson or your great-grandson. Now, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? But think about it for a second. The grandfather's 80, the great-grandson's 2 or 20 or whatever it is, and you buy a joint life income annuity. Now, the interesting part about that, and there's a lot of tax things that we'd have to talk about and all the I's we'd have to dot and T's we'd have to cross. But just from a 30,000-foot view, what you're doing is you're setting up a lifetime income stream that your grandchildren or children can never outlive, even when you pass away, because a joint lifetime income payment is primarily based on the younger of the two's life expectancy. So in a joint lifetime income scenario like this, the younger of the two, that's what it's going to be based on. And you can get pretty creative. You can attach a COLA, cost of living adjustment increase, to that lifetime income stream so that the cost of living, it's the COLA, will increase that income stream for the life of your grandson, great-grandson, whatever. Or you can do it with your spouse. The bottom line is this. Think outside the box when it comes with legacy, with annuities, and I'll help you do that. We can run quotes with you and your spouse, you and your children, you and your grandchildren, and every time that money comes into the account of them, they're going to think about you. And it's also a way for you to somewhat handcuff the beneficiaries. I know that sounds tough, and it's just me and you talking right here, so it's just me and you. But a lot of times, kids and grandkids, they haven't found their groove yet. They're kind of wandering ambiguities out there. And you don't want to hand them a lump sum because they might go buy a Lamborghini with it, which isn't bad. It's a very nice Italian sports car. But you don't want them blowing that whole pot of money on that. So what you can do is you can create a lifetime income stream that has that money coming in every month so that at least they're covering the bills. So I've done that for my daughters that are both in college, and who knows what's going to happen. They could be artists. They could be anything. They could be hippies. They could be anything. They could be great. They could be president. But let's just say they aren't. Then I've set up income streams for both of them that's going to hit every month at a certain, when they turn a certain age, it's going to hit every month for the rest of their life. And even though I'm, evil Stan the Annuity Man dad, I mean, when your dad's known as the Annuity Man, it's kind of a tough area to grow up in, right? They're going to say, well, he was weird, but boy, look at this income stream coming in. Just think about it. That's another way to do legacy. It's not just buying a death benefit rider or creating, or buying a MIGA or an index annuity and having it grow. You can also create a legacy with a lifetime income stream if you do it joint with someone else. So put that in the back of your head. It's a pretty unique way to leave a lasting legacy, and a legacy that they can never outlive. So that's the L. So we've gone through principal protection, we've gone through income for life, we've gone through legacy. Let's talk about long-term care, confinement care. Long-term care, confinement care is a big issue right now. And there's a lot of, the best coverage out there. Let me be very, very, very clear. The best coverage for long-term care is still traditional long-term care. I don't sell traditional long-term care. If you're interested in that, I have the number one guy in the country is a very good friend of mine, and I'll give you his phone number and you can call him, because that's all he does. He just does long-term care. But for people that don't, most people look at long-term care, the traditional type, and say, well, Stan, I don't want to just put my money in and money in and money in every month and then I'd never use it. I get that. I hear you. Okay, I hear you. With annuities, there are a couple of types of long-term care products out there, or confinement care is what it's also called. If it's a true long-term care product, it's a health insurance product. And there is such a thing as a long-term care annuity, of which you put money into the annuity. You have to answer a 20-question on the phone interview, and then the annuity company, applies a multiple of what you put in that you can use for long-term care. If you don't need the long-term care, the money that you put in, you can get back. You, in essence, are buying a kind of a crappy CD with CD returns, but you have this long-term care benefit that's attached to it that if you need it, you can access it. That's a way to do it. It's a simplified issue, as they say. You don't have to get a nurse to come and take blood and things like that, but you have to do a 20-question question and answer. That's a very good product. And there's a couple of carriers that do that. If you're interested in that, I can point you to those as well. But the way that a lot of people are doing it, and this is being missold as well and misrepresented, is confinement care riders. Now, when you go to the Bad Chicken Dinner seminar and the guy's sitting up there in the bad leisure suit, he's saying you can get a lifetime income stream, and when you get sick, they're going to double the income for long-term care. First of all, they're wrong about the long-term care. It's called confinement care. But I have a neat little saying about these confinement care riders, which is when you get sicker, you get your money back quicker. That's all it is. There's not great benefit to it other than when you can't do 2 of the 6 daily functions of life, which is feed yourself, clothe yourself, bathe yourself, etc., which life stinks anyway, they're going to enhance the payout of that income rider, which is cool. If you can't qualify for anything other than that, that's, it's in a perfect world that none of us live in, but if the world was perfect, then these confinement care benefits would be used as secondary coverage, not primary coverage. In other words, don't cash in your long-term care that you have for these confinement care riders. Do not allow anyone to tell you to do that. And it's a guaranteed issue. You don't have to go through any testing, these confinement care riders, because in essence, they're giving your money back quicker. They're just enhancing the payout. Remember, all income streams are return of principal plus interest. With a confinement care rider, and you prove you're getting sick, they're going to give your money back quicker. That's all. They're just going to enhance that payout. So that's the principal protection, income for life, legacy, and then long-term care, confinement care. Let's talk about quickly the market growth, because you really, in my opinion, you should not buy any annuity type for market growth. Now, I know the variable annuity people out there are yelling at their screen right now. That's okay. But that's just my opinion. Stan the Annuity Man, licensed in all 50 states, arguably the top independent agent in the country. And I have been in stock market world with Dean Witter, Morgan Stanley, Payne Weber, and UBS. So I do know what I'm talking about there. I understand the markets pretty well. I just personally believe that if you're trying to get market returns, you can do better in just buying investments. Because with all variable annuities, even the no-load variable annuities, you're limited with the choices. They call them separate accounts with the variable annuities. Me and you know them as mutual funds. But you're limited with the mutual funds that you can use to get the return. So anytime you're limited in a market standpoint, my opinion is, then why would you be limited? Why wouldn't you just go invest in the market? Why wouldn't you just go buy any mutual fund you want? Why would you buy a variable annuity? Now, I know there's people that are going to argue, but that's just my opinion. That's one man's opinion, but I think I'm right. I think in most cases, annuities truly fit when you're transferring risk and you're trying to solve for specific things like the P.I.L.L, principal protection, income for life, legacy, long-term care. If you need growth or market growth or stock market growth, go do that. I don't think that a variable annuity is needed. Now, with that being said, if you said, Stan, I have to buy a variable annuity. My life depends on it. Then go buy a no-load variable annuity, in my opinion, that's 100% liquid, that you can get tax-deferred growth. Because in essence, they were put on the planet in 1955, variable annuities, for tax-deferred growth. So, in a non-IRA setting, you could make your investment decisions and not think about taxes. Obviously, you have to pay them at the end. But if you're going to do that and you're going to yell at me and say, hey, I need one, then buy a no-load one. Go shop for the best ones. Just like everything, shop with all carriers. Last thing I want to cover about choosing the right annuity type. On the income stream, there is one thing that I want you to kind of put in the back of your head. If you're a charitable person and you have a charity of choice, or you have good old state U that you went to that you would love to give money to, but yet you need income, so we're going back kind of to the income slot of the P.I.L., there's what's called a charitable gift annuity. And a charitable gift annuity can work like an immediate annuity or deferred income annuity, but when you die, money goes to good old state U or the charity. So if you have a charity of choice, they probably have a charitable gift annuity. Agents can't sell it. All right. What I would encourage you to do to look into it further, it's a market that's overseen by a council called the American Council on Gift Annuities. Just Google that, American Council on Gift Annuities. They're fantastic. I love those people. And they can point you in the right direction and answer all the questions. But if you're charitable but yet need an income stream, and you're okay with whatever unused money that when you die goes to the charity or 503c or your university, then maybe a charitable gift annuity is something you need to look at from that income standpoint. And also, too, with charitable gift annuities, you get some tax benefits for putting your money there. So that might be something as well. So in choosing the right annuity, it's pretty simple. And just as a recap, remember, P.I.L., principal protection, income for life, legacy, and long-term care, confinement care. Okay, that's the P.I.L. And then the two questions: what do I want the money to contractually do? And when do I want those contractual guarantees to start? And from those two very simple things, you can drill down to what you need, and then you can go shop the carriers for the best contractual guarantee for your specific situation. It's really that simple. If you're interested in digging further, you can obviously go to my site at theannuityman.com and schedule a call with me, and we can talk one-on-one. But I appreciate you joining us. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man, and you've been listening to Fun with Annuities. See you next time. Thanks for listening to Fun with Annuities. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure to go to my site at theannuityman.com, where you can run your own SPIA, DIA, and QLAC quotes and see a live feed of the best MIGA fixed rates in the country, and even get indexed and income rider quotes as well. You can also sign up for my 6 Annuity Owner's Manual books, and I'll ship them for free and under no obligation. I also encourage you to schedule a one-on-one call with me, Stan the Annuity Man, so we can have a full discussion of your specific situation. It will be the best brutally factual and truthful advice you will ever get, and that's one guarantee you should definitely take advantage of. So join me next time for the #1 annuity podcast on the planet, Fun with Annuities.